The scene is set in Ventru Tower, in Nobility Hill of New Sarum. The vaulting skyscraper is a buzz of activity this evening. Kine office workers, blue collar and white collar, shuffle papers and push the bureaucracy of New Sarum about its vaulted halls. This evening, John Stanhope has returned to the power, or the symbol of power of the Ventru within the city, after a rather pleasant evening at the opera. He sits within his office, going over the final notes of the Elysium being held place tomorrow, when his servant comes in, knocks politely on the door, and says that there is a gentleman here to be received by him, a Mr. Fitzgerald from Boston. John nods, and with a quick wave of his hand, dismisses the retainer, straightens himself up to receive this new member of the community. And our scene begins. You will see that John Stanhope, Prince of the City, is a middle-aged man. You reckon around 35. He has small flecks of white and grey in his hair, a studious look, rather keen blue eyes in a sharp, well-tailored press suit. He is sitting at his desk and he doesn't stand when you enter. The office itself is very plain. It is unadorned, there is no accoutrement or any personality in the room. It is simply a desk, a filing cabinet, and a computer.
Mortimer Fitzgerald steps into the room. He's tall, relatively thin for somebody about his age, which appears to be about mid-20s, I'd say. Dressed in the finest suit that he can, since he is not just meeting anyone tonight, he is meeting who he has been told is the new Prince of New Sarum to present himself. Since, with luck, the city will become his home for a very long time. When he first enters the room, he's taking it all in the way only somebody with a fine aesthetic would, drinking in the environment as best he can before he sees John Stanhope sitting behind his desk. Upon which he walks as politely as he can up a decent distance, enough to show due respect to the lord of the city, before doing a bow and going, "Good evening. My name is Mortimer Fitzgerald. I've come to present myself before you. With your permission, I was hoping I might be able to stay within this city for a while. I hope I am not disturbing you, my prince."
Not at all. Mr. Fitzgerald. Often, I believe. Is that correct?
Yes, that is. He smiles. Just being recognized by a symbol of authority fills him with a palpable excitement, as if he is in the cusp of history almost.
Can you tell me why you have decided to come to New Sarum, Mr. Fitzgerald?
He'll smile at that as genuinely as he can, barely able to contain the excitement as he says, "Well, there were several options, but this one seemed the most exciting, I would say." He smiles broadly now. "Oh, should probably tell you my my career, actually. I am an author. I go where the best stories are to be told and found. And from what I've been hearing on the side, New Sarum is ripe with exciting inspirations for my work."
Well, you won't be lacking excitement here, Mr. Fitzgerald. What clan do you hail from?
I am a humble member of the Clan of the Rose.
I see. What sort of books do you write, Mr. Fitzgerald?
My speciality is stories that invoke wonder and fantasy within the kind. Stories aimed at people who are still willing to believe that there's a little bit of magic in the world tucked away beneath all of the grime, cement, and metal. But I'm not exclusive to that. I've also had some recent breakthroughs in nonfiction, an autobiography of one of the premier writers of Boston. You see, I have always been fascinated with the motivations behind why people do things.
He leans forward. So you wish to write? Do you have any other ambitions within the city, Mr. Fitzgerald?
Hmm. He'll look tentatively at that. Well, for now, I feel that I should focus on my work. I am in no means of extraordinary wealth or status. I feel that it is best right now for me to focus on my work.
Well, I see no problem with you attending our city, Mr. Fitzgerald. The Clan of the Rose has been cut a little short in recent months.
This actually catches him by surprise as you see a momentary look of confusion go across his face, but he quickly dusts it away, trying to keep up his presentable appearance, almost as if this is some sort of elaborate play and the spotlight was on him.
Are you aware of who your primogenitor is, Mr. Fitzgerald?
Yes, I was told by my sire before she, well, passed away in recent nights that it was one Alistair Crowley.
Just so. You can find him at the Black Dog bookstore. A curious little place. Or perhaps, if you wish to meet with more sociable members of your kind, the Looking Glass Cabaret on the waterfront holds another toreador, and one by the name of Miss Tavalaris. While in my city, Mr. Fitzgerald, I do not want to hear any problems. I do not want to hear of people being a bit loose with the masquerade or the traditions. There is many problems in this city which I am facing and will deal with in short order. I will make my announcements during the Elysium tomorrow, being taken place in the Black Orchid. I would recommend that you would attend this evening to meet your peers in the city.
He will smile and bow again and say, "It would be my honor, sire."
Excellent. To stay within my city, all must earn their keep, Mr. Fitzgerald. At the moment, we are currently on a revitalization of the city proper. It would do me a favor if you could possibly do something for me.
I am here by your leave, my lord. If there is anything that this humble author could do of assistance, do not hesitate to ask, which I am certain you shall not, for it is your right.
The current influence within the media in the city is woefully lacking. I would like you to use your ingenuity to be able to find, let's just say, pliable mortals within that industry, and to give the information to my office. Newspapers or these godforsaken internet businesses, something for us to maintain a tight grip on the masquerade. Do you feel like this is in your capabilities, Mr. Fitzgerald?
Barely containing the glint that is in his eyes, he says, "It is my specialty, sire," as what he has been hoping for, in fact, comes to pass.
Excellent. Be made aware that there are a few provisos within this city. Understand that you have no feeding rights as of yet, and so must beg your primogen for some. Understand that there is no feeding within the red light district at this time, for we have a plague bearer, but not for long.
Really? A plague bearer? Actually losing his composure for a minute at the mention of such a tremendous story taking place without him even realizing it before. Recomposed, prizing himself, and go, "Of course, my prince."
If you are worried, you will find that many vintages of our kind are being sold at the Elysiums. I make sure that all tailored blood is thoroughly screened for such impurities. So do not feel unsafe in my city, Mr. Fitzgerald, but be aware. I would hate to have to cut your life short over a little parley with the wrong kind.
Of course, sire. I will be the soul of precaution.
Is there anything else I can help you with, Mr. Fitzgerald?
No, sire, you have done more than you know.
Then don't let me detain you, Mr. Fitzgerald. I look forward to your introduction to the society.
With that, Mortimer will bow deeply and thank the prince once more.
And with that, we'll end our scene.